Growing up, whenever my parents bought new clothes for me, I wouldn't wear them immediately. I would instead wash them several times. I wasn't washing the clothes because they were dirty. I wasn't washing them because they smelled funny. No, I was washing them because I wanted them to look worn out. I didn't want them looking new and crispy. If this sounds funny to you, you don't realize the freedom you enjoyed as a child. Funny, right? Why was I doing this? I didn't want anyone to see me and know I had new clothes on. Thinking back on this behavior, I realized I needed help then. Every child wants new clothes and to be seen by everyone that cared to look. They wanted to literally scream to the world, "Look the beautiful clothes my mama and papa made for me." The Bible story of Joseph and the coat of many colors was based off of Joseph running along to show to his brothers the beautiful coat his papa made for him. A whole song was even made off of that. You can take a listen from Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors. She did a classical. The song is a true story from her childhood, and it always brings back loving memories of her mother. Dolly writes songs to keep memories alive, and she points to Coat of Many Colors as one example, saying whenever I sing that I just see my whole childhood. But that wasn't me. I wanted to pass through life unnoticed. I hated drawing attention to myself. I hated being seen. Unfortunately, I thought this was a normal thing. I didn't see any wrong in thinking this way. My thought pattern was, why be loud? Why be seen? I grew up a quiet and reclused young man. I was smart in school because books were my only escape. I read all the novels my father read during his time and more. All the James Hadley Chase series, the Dan Brown series, just name it. I was the reader of the house. My Christmas present were books, and I spent many days inside the room reading away and imagining sunshines. I even had a make-believe girlfriend in my head whom I felt was far above all the other young girls in our vicinity. She was way smarter and better polished. She was my Rapunzel. You know Rapunzel. She is the princess of the kingdom of Corona, known for her long, magical golden hair. That was my kind of imaginary girlfriend. I didn't even have an age grade or friends. I conveniently told myself that I didn't need anyone's judging eyes. With the passing of time, I became a man, married, and had children. My wedding day was the scariest day of my life because of all the exposure, but I manned up to it, and that day came to pass. I even started training my children with this same pattern, but the gods can play tricks on us. My children are all boisterous and hate not being seen. It was as I became a parent that I realized that all was not well with me, and I went to make inquiries on what my challenge was. That was when I learned about the term called social anxiety. I didn't know there was a word for my condition. Who washes away the newness from their clothes? I did that. If my story resonates with you, I can't tell you how sad it can be to feel you are alone and nobody sees you as you want to be seen. Social anxiety is like having a voice in your brain telling you 24/7 you are being watched and laughed at. Because I wanted to become a good parent to my children, I had to go make some inquiries, and I found what you are about to learn here as the signs of social anxiety. I also found me some solutions. If you are a parent, your child could be screaming from a quiet room just like I was growing. It's your duty to try your best to hear their silent screams and help them understand what is happening to them and proffer solutions. This video is my contribution to that agenda. Here are some of the signs that you or someone you know is dealing with social anxiety. 1. You feel like everyone's secretly judging you. Ever walk into a room and think, "Oh no, they're all silently critiquing my existence." Relax. They're probably just wondering what's for dinner. But if that little voice is always convinced you're on trial, yeah, that could be social anxiety. Another relatable example. When you're in a store and you get nervous when people walk by you because you think they'll judge you. 2. You avoid social situations like the plague. Friend, come to my party. You, oh, I would. But, my pet goldfish is sick. Maybe next time. If you're inventing creative excuses to dodge social gatherings, it might not be the goldfish that's the issue. 3. Your body freaks out in social settings. Ever feel like you're auditioning for a role as nervous, sweaty person? Your body's just way too excited for what should be a casual conversation. I remember one day when I was in middle school. I asked my teacher to not make me present my project, but she said I would fail if I did not. While I was presenting, I thought I was going to faint. My heart was beating hella fast. I couldn't even speak properly. Felt like I couldn't breathe. I was shaking and extremely lightheaded. That being said, subscribe and comment your triggers so that those whom this video is for will get it recommended to them, and together we can make the world a better place. 4. You replay every conversation like it's a movie you directed. You know how some people binge watch Netflix?
Yeah.
You're binge watching that conversation from 3 days ago, thinking, did I seriously say nice to meet you when I've known them for 5 years? Spoiler, they probably didn't even notice. 5. Making eye contact feels like a staring contest you'll definitely lose. Okay, hold their gaze. Be cool. Nope, too intense. Look away. Too late, now they think you're weird. If you avoid eye contact like it's Medusa. You know Medusa, in Greek mythology. Medusa is generally described as a woman with living snakes in place of hair. Her appearance was so hideous that anyone who looked upon her was turned to stone. If you get the chills from regular gazes, it could be a sign of social anxiety. 6. Being the center of attention is your worst nightmare. Some people love the spotlight. You'd rather blend into the wallpaper. Speaking up in a meeting? Internal panic attack. What if I forget how to say words? Once I had to participate in a debate. I couldn't even speak properly just because everyone was looking at me. I felt really bad and I cried a lot that day. 7. You are a perfectionist in conversations. Ever feel like you need a script for even the smallest interaction? I must say exactly the right thing, or I'll be labeled awkward human for life. Newsflash. Being human is awkward, and it's okay. 8. You often choose Netflix over socializing. You're fully aware that social interaction is good for you, but sometimes curling up with a blanket and some snacks seems far more appealing than mingling with actual humans. Sorry, I can't come out. I've got an important date with my couch. If any of the above hits home, don't worry, I got you. Now we have identified the pointers. Let's look at the options we have. While there are several ways to manage social anxiety, here are the 3 most effective steps you can start using today. 1. Challenge negative thoughts. Social anxiety loves to plant worst-case scenarios in your head. Everyone's judging me, I'll say something stupid, but ask yourself, is there any real evidence? Most of the time, these thoughts are irrational. By questioning them, you take away their power. Start replacing negative thoughts with realistic ones like, most people are focused on themselves, not on me. 2. Take baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither is your confidence. Start with small interactions. Say hello to a coworker. Ask someone how their weekend was. These small, manageable steps build your comfort level over time. And before you know it, bigger social situations will feel less intimidating. 3. Practice self-compassion. One of the toughest things about social anxiety is how hard we can be on ourselves. You're allowed to make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect in every conversation. Learn to give yourself the same kindness and patience you'd offer a friend. It's okay to struggle. Growth takes time. Remember, social interactions are awkward for everyone at some point. You're not alone in this. Social anxiety is real, but so is your ability to overcome it. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Be patient with yourself. You've got this. Thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you will get notified when I post new sprinkles. Keep going, one step at a time. I am rooting for you as always.